All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome in the Big Beer from Nation.com, your home for everything money love. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have my Week 16 NBA reactions here. So, I want to make sure you guys do like, subscribe here to the channel. We're on our way to 9 subscribers. Make sure you guys go join the Discord in the community, and shout out to you guys who participated in our NFL bracket challenge league. I don't know who won that, but I'll give you guys an update when I can find it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into some reactions here. We had a lot of good games this week, a lot of ass beatings as well. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Starting off with Monday, we had the Lakers beating the Hornets like we're supposed to. I don't think I need to go over that, even though it was a close game for no reason. But next we have the Cavs beating the shit out of the Kings. That was kind of shocking there. Mavericks beat the Sixers. I think I picked Dallas to win this game. I think I did, but I told you the Sixers don't have enough. The Sixers are not a good team without Joel. Clippers and Atlanta is the first team I want to talk about Monday because this team. This could be a game of the year contention because this game was just so good of a shootout here. Anyway, the Clippers unfortunately beat Atlanta. I was kind of rooting for Atlanta here, but the Clippers managed to win. Just look at this box score. Kawhi had 36, James Harden had 30, Paul George pinched in. He had a big impact. He had 18. And look at their bench. Westbrook with 13, Conley with 13, Norman Powell with 13. Like they had so many guys here on offense who just really made a big impact in this game. Even their guys with like single digit points also I thought made a huge impact in this game. Meanwhile, looking at highs, you can basically say the same thing about them. Trae Young with 25 points. Devontae Murray had 21 points. Shanique Bay, Koju had 18 points. Andre Hunter, I don't know why he's on the bench, but he is. But he had 27 points. Bogdanovich had 16 points. I don't know why he's on the bench. But yeah, definitely a shootout game. Definitely one of the better games of the year. And you might be with a game like this, you might be surprised that it didn't go to overtime, and it didn't. So definitely a shootout between both teams. All right, next we got the Warriors at the Nets, and then the Pelicans being the right. I do think that's the only game we really need to talk about Monday because Monday was actually kind of weak. It was kind of like 4 that day. So we can go ahead and move on to Tuesday now. I do want to take a look at the Pacers versus Rockets game. This was another good game. I actually stayed up to watch this game. This game was actually really fun to watch. Um, but yeah, John Green, I don't know if that's Jalen Green, but he had 30 points. Alison Goon had 20. I really like his game a lot. Dylan Brooks had 23. Jamari Smith Jr. had 20 points. I mean, the Houston starters played really well in this game, and the bench didn't really do a lot, but you got to give credit to what they do with the starters. Maybe look at the Pacers here. Tyrese Halliburton, he had 18 points. He didn't really look like his best, but he was all right. Miles Turner had 21. Pascal Siakam led the team with 29 points. And I thought the bench was better than Houston's. That's probably why they won this game. Geneva caught at 17 points. Buddy Hield also came off the bench with 12. Um, so yeah, give credit to the Pacers. Give credit to the Pacers. They won, and I thought their bench was better than Houston's. That's why I'll give them. They probably won this game. All right, next up, let's see. But oh my God, Miami gave the Magic an absolute ass beating. Like shit, 121 to 95. I mean, my goodness. Knicks won that game they're supposed to. Bulls actually upset the Timberwolves, and that was actually kind of shocking. I actually want to look at that. But with this game in general, it was shocking. I mean, the Bulls actually upset the Timberwolves, and that was crazy. Karl-Anthony Towns had 33 points. Anthony Edwards led the way with 38 points. But besides that, I didn't really see anything else from their starters. I mean, James McDaniels only had 13. Nance Reed only was probably the only person that did anything impactful over the bench. He had 10, but besides that, they just look solid. They just look quiet. Look at the Bulls. You got to give a lot of credit to the Bulls here. DeMar had 33 points. Vucevic had 24. Kobe White had 33. Drummond, he even stepped to Vucevic's spot. He did really good. He had 16 points. So, just about looking at the stat line, I just feel like as a complete team, Chicago definitely outworked Minnesota starters, and that's basically how they won this game. So, give credit to Chicago. Give credit what it's due. All right, and the last game I want to talk about here was the Bucks beating the Suns. Was the Suns beating the Bucks? My bad. This game was actually really good. It's actually really good. Like I took the Bucks here, and I was wrong. And I would, like I said, I wasn't shocked that I was wrong because this game could have been either way. Both teams are playing great basketball right now, so it's not a surprise that the Suns won. Anyway, Giannis led the way with 34 points. Their next leading scorer is Malik Beasley with only 22 points. And look at the starting lineup. I mean, they're definitely banged up. They had no Damian Lillard in this game, and they only lost by 8 points. That's actually not a bad sign. Anyway, Jaden Crowder all came off the bench with 12 points. Cameron Bain had played his last game to Milwaukee as a Milwaukee Buck at 11 points. So Chris Middleton definitely was due for a big game here, and he only had 6 points. So yeah, that's kind of why the Bucks lost this game. Meanwhile, looking at the Suns, KD had 28 points, Beal had 25 points, and D-Book had 32 points. Like, if these three guys are scoring like that, this team is tough to beat. Grayson Allen had 8 in this one, which is kind of shocking. Their bench did absolutely nothing, as you can see. I mean, their leading scorer was 4 points, but the big three just completely destroyed the Bucks defense, and the Bucks defense is getting better too. So that's a plus. All right, let's take a look at Wednesday here. So we have the Raptors beating the Hornets. There's no shot there. Cleveland beat the shocking there. Warriors beat the Sixers, and they kind of beat the shit out of them in their own house. So that was kind of shocking, but I'm not going to take a look at that. Hawks beat the Celtics. The Celtics beat the Hawks in a very interesting game here. Trae Young had 20 points, Nick Bay had 25 points. Okay, that's pretty good. Hunter had 10 points. Jason Tatum led the way with Boston with 20 points. I don't know. Not my Kristaps Porzingis led the team for Boston with 31 points. Derrick White had 21. Brown had 15. Al Horford had 14. Sam Hauser even came up the bench and scored 12 points. But yeah, that Celtics team is tough. They're tough. They're tough. They're gonna be hard to beat. Anything else that I have to say? Oh god, we don't talk about this at all. We don't talk about Sacramento to the Pistons. Wait, what? Sacramento actually lost to the Pistons, and the Pelicans actually beat the Clippers in LA. That was actually kind of shocking. I wasn't expecting that at all. Anyway, Zion 21 points. I thought he looked good. CJ McCollum shot the lights out of the basketball. He had 25 points. Joel Alvarado had 7 points. He had a big impact defensive end. Junior Murphy had 13 points. Daniels had 10 points. This is a really solid performance here of the New Orleans Pelicans. Randy Ingram didn't even have 15 points in this one. Definitely a solid performance there. Clippers, Kawhi struggled. Zubats, he did what he could. Harden led the team with 19 points. Paul George really struggled. Mason Ball had 11 points. Moen Powell 18 points. So yeah, definitely not the Clippers' night here. Definitely not their night. It's honestly kind of uncharacteristic that they had that quiet night. All right, let's move on to Thursday here. This is just unfortunate. The Nuggets beating the Lakers again. On their mama jersey, I thought the Lakers was gonna have a little bit more energy shift into them. I thought they were gonna come out a little bit more energetic in this game, and they really did not. Hey, shout out to AD though and Jamal Murray. They were honestly terrific in the game. Warriors beat the Pacers in Indiana. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. Magic beat the Spurs. Okay, Cleveland beat the shit out of the Nets in their own house. Mavericks beat the Knicks. Yeah, this was shocking. I think I did pick the Knicks to win this game. I do think I was wrong, so I do want to take a look at it. Kyrie only had 16 points, but had 39 points. Darius Jr. had 18 points. Tim Hardaway Jr. came out the bench and scored 19 points. I don't know why he's on the bench, but he is. But yeah, Dallas definitely had a good night here. May I look at the Knicks? The Knicks were missing Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, so I couldn't. So when the announcement came out, I knew my pick was going to be wrong for this one. But look at the start. Donte DiVincenzo, he stepped up. He had 36 points. Josh Hart had 23. Jeremy McBride had 21. I thought the Knicks played a really good game here without their two stars. But yeah, it's just unfortunate the Knicks actually lost this game. I mean, you can't do anything against Luka and Kyrie when you don't have your stars. That's kind of unreal. The Bulls beat the Grizzlies. Timberwolves smacked the shit out of the Bucks at their own house. Suns beat the Jazz, and definitely and probably a really good game here. And the Pistons actually get back-to-back wins by beating the Trailblazers there. So, really nothing to talk about here. Take a look at Friday. We do have to talk about the Lakers versus the Pelicans game. We do have to talk about it because this game was an absolute shootout. Matter of fact, this is probably one of the most high-scoring first halves that we ever seen in NBA history. Like the Lakers scored 83 something, like both teams combined for 100, at least 160 plus points in the first half. This game was absolutely a shootout. Anyway, Zion Williamson had 30 points. Brandon Ingram 22 points. Jones had 13 points. Jalen McCall had 19 points. Their bench was not good, but it was just their starters where everybody had at least double-digit points. And yeah, that's it. Meanwhile, for the Lakers side of things, every single starter scored 20 or plus points. That is unbelievable. I don't think we ever seen nothing like this before. Anyway, Reeves had 27, Russell had 30, LeBron had 21, Rui also had 21. AD had 20. Like, these are all good numbers here for the Lakers. Now, I know this is not going to happen every night, but if we can get stuff like this every single game, we're literally unbeatable. I mean, it's true. I mean, once again, our bench versus bench did absolutely nothing, but starters look like the Lakers outworked the Pelican starters, and that's how they won this game. So, give credit to LA. LA, like I said, we are a really good team at home this year, so we need to get as much as home wins as possible. All right, let's see. What other games do we have to react to? Hawks beating the Sixers. Okay, we can react to it. It was at least a good game here. Trey Young, 37 points. I thought he was in this one. He definitely stepped up. He had 21 points. I apologize if I said his name wrong. Hunter had 11 points. Kelly Jr. 20. Buddy Hield had his debut as a Sixer. He scored 20 points. Cameron Bain also had his debut. He also scored 20 points. Tobias Harris, also 21. Reed had 12. So, yeah, and as you can see, your starters did absolutely nothing. I meant your bench did absolutely nothing. Excuse me, but yeah, definitely an odd game here. Definitely not a game, but hey, at least name one. Celtics beat the Wizards in kind of embarrassing fashion. And only won by 4 points. That's not the way to go. The Kings beat the shit out of the Nuggets, but I was kind of expecting it. I mean, I wasn't expecting for a massacre blowout like that. I was expecting a good game, but I knew the Kings were gonna win because the Kings were at home. Bucks beat the shit out of the Hornets. I bet that was expected, but I do want to take a look at this Rockets versus Raptors game because this game was actually really good. Like I said, it was gonna come down to the home team, and that's basically what it came down to. But I mean, both of these two teams are like equal, but yeah, the Raptors won. Anyway, Dylan Brooks led the team for Houston with 20 points. Sengun and Jalen Green definitely had off nights. Jabari Smith-Jr. had 12. Whitborn came off the bench, scored for 17. Holiday had 12. Green had 11. So definitely a quiet night here for Houston. I mean, I'm looking at Toronto, who was definitely more effective in this game. Emmanuel quickly had 25 points. RJ Barry had 21 points. I don't know how to say his last name. Wolte had 16 points. Scotty Barnes only had 13 points, but he still got the win here. Bruce Brown came off the bench, had 11 points for them. So yeah, not a bad effort here for Toronto. You know, they got the job done narrowly, but that game was kind of a snooze fest there. Saturday games. There's just really, I don't know what I have to really say about too much of anything about these games. I mean, the Mavericks. They kicked the shit out of Thunder and beat there. Clippers beat the Pistons, but give credit to the Pistons. The Pistons are at least showing a little bit of effort now. So only losing by six points to the Clippers in LA is actually not that bad, if you're asking me. Nets beat the Spurs like they're supposed to. Hornets beat the Grizzlies. The Magic beat the Spurs in final overtime. We should look at this game here real quick. DeMar 28 points. Vucevic came back and 26 points. Tsunobu had 19 points, and like I said, their bench did absolutely nothing in this one. So what is up with benches doing absolutely nothing in the NBA now? You guys know what I'm saying? You know, Franz Wagner had a really good night. 12 for 22 from the field, 5 for 12 from 3, with 36 points. Bob McCurry also had 19 points. Jalen Suggs had 13 points, and their bench was actually a little bit more productive this time. Cole Anthony, had 14 points, but besides that, I don't think there's really much anything to say about this one. So yeah, definitely good slide games here. What games do we need to get to? Oh, we need to get into this one. This is the last game that we're going to get into for Saturday. It's the Suns narrowly falling short to the Warriors of Stephen Curry's game-winning three-pointer. And look at the Suns here. KD 24 points. This was a really good game from start to finish. Anyway, Bradley Beal had 15 points. Grayson Allen had 10 points. Devin Booker led the team in scoring with 32. Bench was actually pretty productive because if you just take a look at next year, you had Johnson Kobe at 8, Aaron Gordon was 7, but Matter of fact, I'll take that back. It wasn't very productive, but it was at least productive enough to make the game a little bit more interesting. I mean, I look at the Warriors. Draymond Green, 15 points. John Minga had 20. Stephen Curry had the game-winning 3, also with 30 points. Gary Payton had 11. Yeah, Koski had 10. So, um, definitely not bad. Definitely a good night here. That was definitely a really good game. That's probably one of the best games, probably the best game this week. But it just fell short. And then Sunday we only had 2 games before this, and I ended up having my 9th undefeated day because any undefeated day counts. I guess we could take a look at both of these 2 games since it was just 2 games. But anyway, the Boston Celtics nearly escaped Miami, and like I said, um, I'm giving Miami more credit in this game because they were missing players and Celtics had all their players and nearly won by 4 points. Anyway, Jason Tatum had 26 points. Virginia had 25. I thought he looked impactful. Jaylen Brown had 20. Drew Holiday had 15. I was shooting 5 for 8 from the field. Bench did absolutely nothing, but listen, it's the NBA. It's the NBA. It counts. We will look at Heat. Caleb Martin was solid, 15 points. Bam was pretty good, 7 for 8 from the field with 2 blocks and 22 points. Tyler Hero shot 4 from 12 and 3, but he did have 24 points of his own, mostly coming in the second half. Cherry had 13. Duncan Robinson had 15 points, and he was basically the only thing productive that Miami was due to do off their bench. But Josh Richardson also got injured, so he was also taken out. And someone else was also injured for Miami in this game. I don't know who it was, but somebody got injured as well. So, like I said, Miami is definitely dealing with some injuries. All right, and the last game that we'll react to today was the Kings falling short to the Thunder in OKC, which was kind of expected. His opponent had 21 points. Woody had 11 rebounds, 14 assists. His mate had a triple double. Okay, that's pretty good. King Murray had 13 points. Harrison Barnes had 14 points. De'Aaron Fox only had 15. That's kind of shocking there. Blake Monk led the team in scoring with 26 points off the bench, and Davion Mitchell had 14 points as well. So, so their bench was definitely impactful. Their stars were impactful, but it's just they lost this game. Meanwhile, looking at OKC, there's now give credit to Sacramento. I thought Sacramento definitely outworked the Thunder's bench. But when you have stars that Shea Alexander scores 38 points by shooting 15 for 26 from the field, and Joel Williams scoring 32 points for shooting 13 for 20 from the field, when you have 2 30-point scorers on one team, that's a problem. Especially with Chet Holmgren also having a big impact in this game. His stat line wasn't big, but he made a big impact. And Lou Dort also made a big impact. Stat might be little, but it's a big impact. Um, so yeah, credit to the Thunder. Alright, and that is going to do it for today's video. Make sure you guys do like, subscribe right here to the channel, and make sure you guys tune in later for my week 17 NBA predictions. We had a couple miscues. Just gonna warn you that right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. We'll see you guys in the next one.